Welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you top of the eighth inning. Rangers off to a rough start in Colorado. Shocker? Shocker, am I right? Off to a bit of a rough start. Rangers down 7-3. Josh Jung did decide to hit a double, though, at the top of the half inning here. Could have used that double with the bases loaded several innings ago, couldn't we have? We do talk about this a lot, with the Rangers. They've had their moments. Obviously, you got to think about the walk-off win against the Diamondbacks last Wednesday, about 5 days ago, right? But Rangers just not always able to get that clutch hit when they need it. It is definitely an issue. Was an issue last year. Getting the clutch hit, man. It's not an easy thing to do. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. But Rangers just have not been able to extend innings and connect with two outs, connect with the game on the line, really, right? Justin Foscue is about the only one that's done it. 3 hits tonight for him. Very, very impressive. I think Jose Quintana is going to see Justin Foscue in his nightmares. Kenzie, appreciate the gift, by the way. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Not needed, much appreciated. Look, I gotta be careful tonight. I might get a little out of pocket going off on some of the things that I've seen tonight. It's been a bad game. It's been an ugly game. And I know that some of the excuses are probably going to pour in from a number of different parties, but I don't really want to hear any of it. You're going to hear the weather excuse. It's cold. It's rainy. I just don't have any interest in any excuses for some of the things that we've seen tonight. The kicking around of the baseball. By the way, those of y'all that know me know exactly what I was doing with some of my posts before the game, or before the live, excuse me. Yeah, like you're gonna get people online really defending some of these errors tonight. It's a rainy day. It's cold. Josh Jung, the ball goes off his glove. It took a bad hop. You are gonna get just very interesting defenses of some of these errors. It never ceases to amaze me. It really doesn't. I 100% was being sarcastic in every post tonight about the defense. The defense was atrocious. All of those plays have to be made. But it is comical to me, the defense of some of these plays that you see online. From, hey, the official scorer didn't rule it an error. Oh, come on now. I mean, these are MLB players, baby. You've got to have a higher standard than this. We're going to get a couple runners on here, man. Vodnik is, I think, kind of their closer, but obviously the Rockies have not had a lot of save situations. So Danny Jansen, Mr. RBI himself, DJ, up to bat right now. He had a comical slip of the ball out of his hand. What was it, a few innings ago? Just like totally epitomizes how the Rangers are playing today. Really does. Look, we'll hope for the best here. Rangers have an opportunity with one swing of the bat to make it a one-run ball game. Danny Jansen hitting fifth. Y'all, I'm not a big fan. Ethan, were you talking about the lineup earlier, baby? Were you talking about it? Danny Jansen batting fifth is hilariously scary. Yeah, so is Jake Berger back in the 4-hole, man. It's ridiculous to me. I didn't want to, didn't want to be the one to lead off with that, but Ethan, I appreciate that you're taking one for the team here. Yeah, I know Seager is out. I really do. I know that they're working with a little bit of a different look lineup. No Seager, no Langford, but yeah, this ain't it for me. Danny Jansen hitting fifth. This ain't it for me. I really hope he proves me wrong with a 3-run bomb right here, but this ain't working for me. Look, 0 for 3, Danny Jansen. 0 for 3, Jake Berger. Jake Berger had a nice game. Very nice game yesterday. It has not been a great one for him today. 0 for 3, does have a walk, but has struck out twice. Yeah, this lineup, I fear, with Corey Seager out for about another week, right, is going to be interesting night in and night out. Loaded the bases here, though. What could go wrong? Rangers, 0 outs, bases juiced. What could go wrong, baby? Rockies manager or pitching coach? Looks like manager coming out. Who's up to bat right now? Zeke? All right, not a bad guy to have up. 2 for 3 on the night. Not a bad guy to have up. And then there's the red hot Justin Foscue right there after him. If anybody gets on without grounding into a double play, knock on wood on that one, Alejandro Osuna will come up to bat. G-Man, you get me, man. Some of y'all got my humor right away. There were actually some people giving me a hard time. Like, bro, are you kidding me? These are major leaguers, bro. The dirt? How could you be making excuses for them? Like, if you know me, you know I am the last one that makes excuses for defensive gaffes. If anything, I err on the side of being too hard on these guys. They get paid millions of dollars to make these plays, y'all. I have no interest in excusing routine plays or even slightly difficult plays. You're playing in the big leagues, starting on a major league team for a reason. Keep up the critical commentary. Someone has to do it. I hate to be that guy because I know there's some people that don't like the negativity. But you know what I've always said, and this is just me being an enjoyer of other Rangers content that gets put out there, because I do like to hear what other people are talking about and what other people have to say. Obviously, I always try and come up with my own original stuff, which I think you guys know, but I always like to see what are other people talking about. And one of the things that I've gleaned without, naming names, without giving specifics on accounts, it definitely makes me more upset when people are sugarcoating. It makes me more upset when people are trying to tell you that, it's actually fine when it's clearly not. That makes me more frustrated than someone being passionately negative. I think you guys must be the same way. Otherwise, why would you come back night after night? Like, for me, I cannot do the eternal optimist no matter what. I can offer you the perspective, but I can't sit here and try and pull it off like an authentic take. I just can't. There are times I give this team the benefit of the doubt. You've been seeing them kick around the ball all season long, and it's just unacceptable. You've had so many opportunities where the Rangers have extended innings. They have failed to get outs and get off the field quickly. They've given up runs that should never have crossed home plate. It's frustrating. And so every error I see, it just becomes a little worse. Makes me a little more upset. So you're going to hear it from me. Zeke Duran's going to come through, baby. Third hit of the night. Are we getting bases cleared here? We stopping at 3. All right, there we go. First and third. DJ wasn't going to score. What was I thinking? DJ's not unhitching that trailer, but he gets to third base. Ezequiel Duran. My goodness. 95 off the bat. I thought that was going to be right at second base. It nearly was. And now, with one swing of the bat, if Justin Foscue hits a home run right now, I think we all might just crash out right now on the chat if JF goes deep right here. 3 for 3 on the night. Ball 1. Man, the thing I like is, obviously Foscue, he's had some ups and downs, but when you are hitting the ball well on a given night, it just looks like a beach ball up there. You just got to hope he is locked in and he does something special right here. Oh, that was it. Oh, please don't let that be the last pitch that he gets. That was it right there. Oh, G-Man, that's when you know it's bad. You're a Mavs fan watching the Spurs game. Look, I can't bring myself when the Mavs are out. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I can't bring myself to watch a lot of NBA when the Mavs are not in it. The finals, I'll start watching the finals a little bit. The finals are always fun for me, but I just cannot watch too much of the buildup. I also don't really love watching Oklahoma City play basketball. They're just not a fun team. I'm sorry for any of y'all that are OKC Thunder fans. Look, it's probably a little bit of salt mixed in there. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They got a really good team. But yeah, look, the Spurs and the Thunder, two teams that I would consider probably the biggest rivals of the Mavs. Can they both lose? I mean, right? That's where I'm at. Can both those teams lose? I got a little more love for the Spurs. My grandparents, both of them, rest in peace, were big Spurs fans. We always had fun Spurs Mavericks games going back and forth. So I actually have a weird little soft spot for the Spurs. OKC, though, no love lost for sure. Justin Foscue is going to work a walk here. That's probably smart by the Rockies. The one guy who's actually knocking the crap out of the baseball all night long. Yeah, look, he's on a good roll right now, man. He is on a good roll. I absolutely am so happy for him. He needed a game like this where you maybe gain a little traction, a little confidence, and now it's time for Alejandro Osuna's first big league grand slam. Can I just will that into existence? Can we just manifest that right now? It's time for Osuna's first big fly grand salami, baby. Let's go. Make this a 9-7 ball game, Alejandro. Come on, dude. Please. Oh, get through. Safe. Yes. Oh, he's fast. That looked a little nonchalant from the third baseman. That looked a little nonchalant. Maybe he was going as fast as he could. I don't know that he knew Alejandro's speed. It looked like he was kind of almost jogging over there. Let me watch this replay. So nonchalant, man. That was so nonchalant by the third baseman. He did not think Osuna could move that quick. I don't know. That is I'm sorry, that's an all-in-one motion. You don't have time to plant right there. That was a little odd. Like that's one of those where you have got to throw it across your body. I don't think he handled that one well at all. We'll take it. It's 7-6. Rangers, are they going to come all the way back here? Evan Carter, challenge that. Evan Carter, challenge that. Wow. That would have definitely been ball one. That sucks. Oh, we're bunting? Look, it is lefty-lefty, isn't it? I don't know how I feel about this. It probably is the best move. You got McCutcheon, you got Jock up next. Oh, they were just showing. He's swinging away, I guess. Look, that would have made it Jock Peterson up with second and third, 2 outs. That's not a bad spot. I mean, Jock obviously hitting 210 isn't like a super exciting RBI opportunity guy, if I'm being totally real, but I kind of thought they were going to see if EC could beat it out. I mean, look, I wouldn't have minded it. It definitely gave me a little hesitation initially, but I didn't understand lefty-lefty. I was just so caught up in giving you, this might be a little bunt in and of itself. How about that? It worked out. He just went ahead and did the little excuse me check swing, swinging bunt. We'll take it. Second and third for Jock. 2 down. Jock, you have a chance to do something really special right here, buddy. You might see me hype up Jock Peterson a little bit on the video tomorrow that I put out. Are we getting Higgy? We're getting a Higgy pinch hit opportunity. We're getting a Higgy pinch hit opportunity. Never mind, Jock. Your day is going to have to wait to get a Right on Rangers feature. Kyle Higashioka has stepped into the box. Higgy, 3 RBI yesterday. Man, I'll tell you what, this is a guy I definitely feel more confident in than I would Jock. I mean, look, it would have been lefty-lefty there. Not a real ideal matchup, so Higgy in right here. You like this? Let's do something with it, baby. Come on. You don't need much. Ball one. So they may, look, they may be careful to Higgy, but I don't think you want to face Nimmo here. I don't think you want to face Nimmo. I think you're going to come at Higgy. Oh, that was the pitch. Higgy. Oh, what are the numbers on how many pitches we either foul off or miss that are right down the middle? Boys, y'all are killing me tonight. Pitch 3. Higgy gets sorted, man. That was an ugly swing. And he's quickly down 1-2. Higgy, baby. Oh, the one right down the pipe. There's got to be some numbers on this, y'all. How many, what's the Rangers batting average on pitches right down the middle? Oh, here we go. Pitch number 3. Or 4, excuse me. Foul ball, right back, man. He missed another one. He was right on it. He was on that one, man. Fouled it straight back. All right. Doesn't quite feel like the game to me just because you've got some big hitters coming up. Higgy pops up. It's getting out of play. Get out of play. Get out of play. Oh, Higgy. Oh, Higgy. Pops up to the catcher. Don't let it be another fake comeback. I know. Isn't that what we're going to hear in the post game if they don't win this? I love the fight at the end. Skip, talking to Laura Stickles. I love the fight at the end. It was, it was nice to see. It's good momentum going into tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. No, thank you. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear anything about the fight. How about don't dig yourself a 7-3 hole? Don't dig yourself a 6-1 hole. It was 6-1 at one point. Look, here are the positives for next inning. And with the way this game is playing, I have to say, this is another game where I feel kind of good going into the 9th if the Rangers can keep it right here. They give up a run or two. Yeah, I'm not feeling good anymore. But if they can hold it right here to a 1-run game, you've got Nimmo, you've got Josh Jung, and you've got Berger up. I feel pretty good about that. I think they would probably go to a righty. Maybe they'll leave in the lefty to face Nimmo, and then they'll probably make a change to get a right-hander versus Jung and Berger and Jansen. That's probably the play. I actually think with this ballpark and just how it plays, you've probably got a pretty good opportunity to score a run in the top of the 9th. That's me being about as optimistic as you can get. Do not ever call me negative or just an eternal pessimist about this team. I'm not. There's the glass half full, baby. There is the glass half full. What do I think of Foscue as the primary second baseman? I can't say that it's rolling off the tongue right now. Like when I said it out loud, you guys always say this. Like sometimes you have to give it some airtime, right? Say it out loud and just see how it sounds. Justin Foscue, primary second baseman. I mean, while Seager's out, sure, but beyond that, probably no. Quick out number 1, Adam Ball right at Berger, 96 off the bat. Jacob Junis. Feel like I haven't seen Junie in a while. It feels like it's been a while since we've seen a Jacob Junis outing. When's the last time he pitched? For whatever reason, it feels like it's been like a week. May 11th. Literally. Hey, right on the money. I love it when that happens. He has not pitched in a week. His last outing was May 11th against Arizona. Wow, last Monday. Here we go. Nimmo, Jung, Berger in the 9th. Yeah, you got some pop, Dan. I'm with you on that. Carson, I'm with this too. I think the Rangers, they've got enough pop coming up in the top of the 9th. If they can keep it at a 1-run game, I think there's a shot here, y'all. I really do. I said that when we walked it off against Arizona. I don't always say this. I'm not saying that they're going to do it. I hope that they do, but I think they've got a shot. Junis has got to keep it at 7-6, though. Has to. James, I 100% am negative and pessimistic when it calls for it. I will say that. Look, it's definitely been a roller coaster of a game. It doesn't feel like it should be 7-6. It feels like the Rockies should be whooping our butts right now. But it's 7-6. The Rangers got a chance to win this ball game. Jake Berger, vacuum over there. Takes the ground ball unassisted. Evo would have been pissed off at that, man. Didn't flip him the ball. Whatever. Jacob Junis don't care. Just give me the out. Evo with the always got to flip it to me. That's so funny. It always makes me laugh. Berger will be like 5 feet away from the bag. Evo's like huffing and puffing over to the base, waiting for that flip. Classic Evo, man. Junie got 2 quick ones here. Let's see if we can get a third here. We got Moniak up right now. Ethan, if you're watching, here's your boy, right? Weren't you talking about Moniak as a trade piece the other day? All right, here's Moniak. Ethan tells us maybe a guy to look for at the trade deadline. The only thing I said with Moniak, as good of a year as he's having, he's batting .298. I mean, unless somebody is injured or you are really planning on giving up on Evan Carter, which I know some Rangers fans are frustrated with him. He's not particularly playing well right now, but I would say Moniak would run into a little bit of a logjam. I guess unless you're DHing him, but again, that would mean you're dropping Jock Peterson. I don't know if that's going to happen either. Rangers, I think, if they do get somebody, if they do get a bat, they're probably going to have to go ahead and get an infield upgrade. Moniak launches one. Oh, never mind. That died. Thought he hit that one a little bit harder. Got it off the end of the bat. That is a harmless fly ball to Evan Carter. I'm like Dave Raymond. I feel like Dave, every pop fly is like a potential home run ball. I love Dave Raymond, man. Now I know what it feels like. Oh, my goodness. Top of the 9th. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Nimmo up to bat. 1 swing is all you need. Bloop and a blast gives you the lead. Give me a walk and a blast. How about a walk and a blast? I could see Nimmo walk, and then maybe you get JJ or Berg with the blast. JJ needs this one. I mean, look, with his error that led directly to 2 runs being scored, JJ owes us right now. Let's get a Nimmo walk, and I'll take a solo shot to tie the game. Let's get a Nimmo walk, and then let's get a JJ 2-run blast to put the Rangers ahead 8-7. Let's see it happen right now. Oh, I would go crazy. I'm with you, Elijah. Appreciate the comment here. Please come back. And you do not want to lose to the Rockies. And I'm sorry. The fact that you came back means nothing to me. It means literally nothing to me. And it should mean nothing to you. You do not care how many runs a team loses by. You care that they lost. It is not even a slight thought in my mind, moral victory. You're either winning this game or you're losing it. There's 2 extremes here. There's no middle ground. I never thought that they were going to I really never thought they were going to come in here and sweep the Rockies. I really didn't. I would be surprised if they did, although if they win tonight, it goes a long way. Just the pitching, right? If you had Evo or DeGrom throwing in this series, I'd probably feel differently. But there's so many wild cards right now. All of these guys throwing for us, Leiter, Rocker, none of them pitch well on the road. MacKenzie Gore, I know he got hurt. Gore was not pitching great today before the injury. Left lat tightness, by the way. Juan Mejia up right now, 4.09 ERA in 18 games. Nimmo up to bat. So I'm a little surprised. Remember I said going into this inning, I thought that they would keep the lefty out there to face Nimmo. It's interesting that they put the right-hander in right away. Please let that come back and burn them. Please. Oh, I thought for sure they'd want to go lefty on lefty with Nimmo. Maybe they just want to give this young kid a clean inning. I could think of that as one of the only reasons. Nimmo's going to do 1-1 right now. But I really thought, man, for sure they were going to go lefty-lefty with Nimmo out the gate. Double OT for Thunder and Spurs? Shoot. I'll check out the replay on that for sure. 1-2 here. Nimmo swings at an off-speed pitch, low and inside. That was pretty filthy, not going to lie. Mejia is throwing this off-speed pitch. What are they arguing about? I didn't catch what they were going back and forth about, the umpire, and was that Skip? Oh, giving him the challenge. Okay, I got it. That's what it was about. I look away for a second. This is what I get. Come on, Nim. He's doing a good job fighting. I like this with a young kid like this. You got a vet up and he's just fouling off junk. You just hope he gets frustrated and grooves one to Nimmo. Come on, Brandon. Let's go, baby. Oh. Come on. You love getting that first guy on. Nimmo strikes out. Probably a ball, but you're protecting there. It's tough. That is tough. Upper 90s fastball, some pretty good off speed. You can see why the Rockies like this guy. JJ is going to take a pitch right down the pipe. Not sure what you're waiting on there, JJ. Come on, baby. 0-1. Josh Jung finally broke an 0 for, I believe, 15. Get out. Get out. Thank you. JJ was in an 0 for 15 skid. Finally hit that double a couple innings back. Did not end up going over for the game, fortunately. Right now, not liking how this at-bat is unfolding. I'll say that. You let the middle-in fastball, slightly elevated, go, and you're swinging at crap below the zone. He's been good with 2 strikes, though. Let's see if he can make something happen here. 0-2. Fouls off another one. 98 and elevated. Carson, so true. Dude made a great catch earlier on in the game against Josh Jung, right? JJ was the one that hit that into the dugout. Rocky's first baseman made a great play. Jung, man, that's just not what you want to do there. But the exit velo, am I right? 100 mile an hour off the bat, but you're trying to pull a curveball that's on the outside corner. But he hit it 100, right? That's the game. That's the code. 100 miles an hour off the bat, but you're trying to pull a pitch that is away. Can't do it, baby. Berger, you're our only hope. That front side just flying open, and Berg is quickly down 0-1. Berg, you got to keep it closed off, man. You got to serve that thing to right field. Go Oppo just like you did yesterday. This guy's loving this off-speed pitch on the outside corner to righties. Berger muscles it. We have life. A bloop. There's the bloop. Berger, don't you do it. Stay right there, baby. There's our bloop. Now we need a blast. Is it Osuna? Jansen, that's right. It's Osuna after Jansen. Oh, Danny boy. Danny boy. Hey, it wouldn't be a show without a Cal Raleigh comp. I always say that. Would not be a show without it. Game Zone, appreciate you. All right, 5-hole hitter Danny Jansen up right now. He's going to take ball 1. I'll tell you, this guy, if you can kind of sit on this sweeper a little bit, I'm not saying that's the pitch you're looking to drive, but he loves this sweeper on the outside corner. He loves it. Strike 1. 2-1 now. Still a great hitter's count. And Danny's going to pop this one up. Game over. Rangers are going to lose 7-6 to one of the worst teams in baseball. You can't make this up. You're playing the Astros and the Rockies back-to-back, two of the worst teams in the game. And you're losing the first game of the series to the Astros, and now you do it to the Rockies as well. There's no silver lining here. I said that about 5 minutes ago. There's no silver lining here. You're losing to teams that you just shouldn't lose to, and this is not a game that was unwinnable in any way. The weather had to be something that both teams faced. It was cold. It was rainy. The Rockies found a way. They almost coughed it up, but they found a way. No excuses need to be made for this team. The errors, two of them tonight, very, very costly. And I'll say it more and more every time I see it. Obviously, you always look at the players when there's errors being made on the field. Nobody can be out there making the play for them. But I do have to say something that I've mentioned to you guys multiple times. It's so hard for me when the game gets sloppy. It's so hard for me not to look at the coaching staff. And look, I don't think Skip needs to be fired. I don't think that at all. But I don't think that right now Skip has got things lined up great. That would be my humble opinion here. I'm not in the clubhouse, but when guys are playing sloppy and kicking the ball around, I don't care about the elements. It is just one of the things that comes to my mind. Look, and that I think is something that rings true at nearly every level. High school ball, college ball. If a team is sloppy, what's one of the things that you're looking at? You're looking at the coach. I know that it's JJ making the errors. I know that it's guys out in the field making the errors, but I just cannot shake that for whatever reason. We'll make sure we keep the pecking order correct with the blame. It's the players. They got the gloves. They're out there moving 100%. But for me, I just think right now this is kind of a sloppy baseball team. Kind of might be too nice of a qualifier. This is a sloppy baseball team right now. They get some good wins here and there that kind of cover up some of these miscues, but they keep coming back to this. They keep kind of showing you who they are. And right now, they are I would say, below average hitting team. Below average. They are a mid-tier defensive team. I don't think they're one of the worst in baseball. I think they're middle of the pack, if not maybe slightly below average, slightly. And then pitching, I think, is probably up in the top 10 at this point. Pitching is obviously the strength. Tonight, you had that get let down a little bit, but I would probably attribute more of what happened tonight to the defense than anything else. Peyton Gray, I mean, just totally did not deserve what happened to him tonight. Peyton Gray, I thought, came in, the guy who relieves Gore, short notice, and they're kicking the ball around left and right with him. Zeke is making bad throws. You got JJ with the ball off of his arm or whatever happened on that play. Danny Jansen, throwing a ball into right field almost. It's just play after play, man. You're just shaking your head. You're shaking your head. The MacKenzie Gore outing today, I look, it wasn't going well. And I think there might be some people that automatically just give him a pass. Maybe the lat was bothering him right away today. That's something, though, if it is going on, I know there's some adrenaline, and I know that guys sometimes want to push through, but, man, you got to say something. Like, if your arm or your shoulder is bothering you that much, you got to say something sooner. I would assume it flared up right away in that first inning. But if it was bugging him pre-game, man, somebody's got to tell him. Just say something, man. Would have been better. Because Gore was not sharp coming out the gate, man. Gave up 3 hits, 2 walks in the first inning. What I feared would happen in this series, I put out a video on this today. What I feared would happen in this series happened. Which is the arms, the guys throwing, the pitchers, they did not have the elite stuff, and the offense couldn't keep up. You had Gore coming into this game with a 6+ road ERA. You have Kumar Rocker, by the way, tomorrow coming into the game tomorrow with a 7+ road ERA. And then you've got Jack Leiter right around a 5 ERA on the road in 2026. None of these guys pitch particularly well on the road. They've all had like a couple of starts here and there on the road that are good. By and large, though, you don't get great performances from these three guys on the road. And you guys know what I always say about the Rocker Leiter back-to-back. I just feel like it's so rare you get a Rocker Leiter back-to-back quality starts. It's usually one of them is on, one of them is off. And so I must say I'm worried about the rest of this series. Again, I know that people are going to get on me for being too negative. I'm worried. The rest of this series, you've got two guys, one in particular in Kumar Rocker that have not been particularly sharp. I know some people love to throw out like the 0 earned runs last time out. You walked 4 guys. And you walked 4 different guys, and you were in trouble all night long. You were at 85 pitches through 4 innings. That's not going to play. That's just not going to work. And so for me, I feel like the rest of this series, it's going to be tough for the Rangers. It is going to be tough for them to get a series win. You really wanted to take tonight. You had the pitching advantage. Gore did not come out with his best stuff. Had he stayed in the game, I'm not confident that he would have done amazingly. Maybe he would have righted the ship, but it just didn't look like he had his stuff tonight, whether that was injury, whether that was just whatever, not having the feel, or a combination of both. It's an uphill battle at this point. It really is. Skip, I love how we battled. It was freezing. They scored 6. I'm so happy for my team. They battled and I'm Skippy. That is not too far from the truth. That's what's kind of sad. That really isn't too far from the truth. Love the battle. It's a cold night. You know, that we lose MacKenzie Gore in the first inning. You know, it was all the odds were against us and we only lost by 1 run. Be happy. Seriously though, that is like not that far away from what's actually going to get said post game. What you really want to hear from Skip is this: the errors are unacceptable. The errors are unacceptable. We had pitchers come in relief of MacKenzie Gore and throw great. Peyton Gray threw great tonight. You had Jalen Beeks, he threw great. Gavin Collier gave up a run. You know what? Danny Jansen with the weird throw. If Danny Jansen doesn't throw it into right field, maybe Gavin Collier doesn't give up a run. Cole Winn, Jacob Junis, they all threw great. What Skip needs to say is the pitching was great and the defense let him down. Hold some guys accountable. Hold some of these players accountable. I don't care if it's Josh Jung. I don't care if it's Zeke Duran. And some people like to throw out, you know, JJ, one of our best hitters. So, like, you can't be hard on the guy. Josh Jung has been bad defensively. He's been bad. He's a below average glove right now. He's been bad. He's had a few nice plays, no doubt. But by and large, Josh Jung has been very bad in the field. I mean, look, go look at the numbers if you need some proof, please. Like, it's been bad. I know that there's kind of like this, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, there's this phenomenon that I see. People are thinking Josh Jung is like some above average third baseman. He's not. Like, he's saved like a negative amount of defensive runs this year. I'm just not at all. I'm almost at a loss for words, just some of the defensive miscues. It does just blow my mind, truly, the fall off, right? The fall off from last year to this year. If we hadn't given up that run in the 7th or 8th, we would have been tied. Yeah. Well, wasn't that run because of the Danny Jansen throw into right field? Right? Isn't that what happened? And then, like, the very next batter was the base hit that scored it. Skip Schumacher said with the weather conditions, they didn't want to push MacKenzie Gore. So it was more than just a lat. It was like a shoulder thing. I'm pretty sure MacKenzie Gore at the end of last year had a shoulder issue. So for me, I think that's troubling. You had MacKenzie Gore last year, shoulder fatigue or something like that. Need a full culture reshuffle. What does that look like, man? Because you kind of did that with Skip Schumacher. You'd almost have to do the CY firing to do a full culture reshuffle. All right, I'm going to get exclusively into comments here. I'm going to try and go rapid fire, which is going to be hard for me. You guys know this. You guys just help me springboard off on these tangents. I'm going to try and keep it focused. 2023 hopium is young defense. Yeah, the young defense. I'm just not here for it. I'm going to look up Fangraphs right now, which I don't think is even going to be updated. But you know, Josh Jung is in the negative for DRS right now. I mean, just believe me on that. I'll try and look it up, but dude is in the negative right now. It's not pretty. All right, here we go. I think the computer is going to cooperate. So Josh Jung, by the way, he's had some nice defensive years. He's definitely had some nice defensive years. I think that is worth saying. But right now, he is at -4 for the -5, excuse me, for the DRS. And I would imagine this number probably goes down. -5 defensive runs saved. I'd imagine this probably goes down because I don't think this is updated on Fangraphs. He might be at -6 defensive runs saved by the end of tonight after Fangraphs updates. It's bad. Man, this is not an above average second or third baseman, excuse me. They are holding a lot of hope out for the 2023 Young in general, right? Not just defense, but Young in general. That error was a huge flip, right? That was, by the way, let's try and go back to it here. Let's try and go back to the error. In that moment, it was 2-1, right? Yep. It was 2-1, and there were 2 outs. I mean, it's hard not to say that is the game right there. So Josh Jung, ground ball to him. There's 2 outs. Jake McCarthy had just struck out. Peyton Gray gets a beautiful ground ball right to Josh. And then, as a result, 2-run score. That is such a huge moment. It's a huge swing. It makes it a 4-1 game instead of 2-1 going to the top of the 4th inning. Keep on rolling. Skip should not have just pinch hit Carter. Should have just let Hellman play the whole game. Yeah, I have to say, the one thing that I think about with Mike Hellman, last year Hellman was actually better against righties than lefties. He had reverse splits. So for me, I was a little surprised because Hellman has actually been a guy that hits the righties better than the lefties. It's weird. We actually had a number of guys. Cody Freeman last year was a reverse split guy. Ezequiel Duran was a reverse split guy. And Mike Hellman was a reverse split guy. They all hit righties better than lefties, even though they're all right-handed hitters. So I was a little bit surprised too. Evan Carter has not been hitting particularly well, but I guess maybe you're thinking that he's going to get on base via the walk or maybe just put the ball in play using his speed. I don't know. B Daddy, that's awesome, man. It's always cool when you have the major league connection. Somebody you played against. There's nobody that I played against that I can really say is a big leaguer at this point. There are some guys that I've coached in the past. There's probably 2 or 3 guys that have made it to the majors that I've coached. And I've been coaching probably 15 plus years. It's pretty cool. Never had a guy I played against though be on a big league squad, to my knowledge. Hey Ethan, you stealing that from me, man? No, I'm just kidding. Evan Carter does, for me, the parallel with Leote is not like a exact parallel. The connection is this: very highly touted prospects eventually just becoming platoon players, right? That's the connection with Evan Carter and Leote. I made this connection in a video a couple of days ago, and a lot of people were like clapping back at me. He's 23. Leote had way less pop than Evan Carter. Like, yeah, those things might be true, but I think you got to understand the broad connection here, which is they both were number one prospects. I remember Leote Taveras. Maybe some of y'all remember this. Leote Taveras was like the untouchable prospect. Like Leote Taveras was the Sebastian Walcott of the 2010s. I mean, the real ones that suffered through the 2010s, you know this. Leote was like, again, you didn't touch Leote. Don't trade him. We got to hold on to Leote. That's kind of the point that I make with prospects. Like, we all wanted to hold on to Leote Taveras in the 2010s, in the late 2010s, right? He was coming up. He was looking great. And he ultimately just ended up being a nice platoon player. And nice might be too nice. I think Evan Carter is trending that direction. Is he capable of becoming more? Absolutely. And I love Evan Carter. I think he's a great guy. He's always going to be beloved in Arlington for 2023. But Evan Carter's been wearing that 2023 armor for a while now. Not a lot of people really getting on him. Some, yes. I don't want to say nobody. But it feels like there's lower hanging fruit, whether it's Jake Berger or Josh Smith or Jock. Evan Carter's, one of the 2023 guys. We want him to do well. We want to see him succeed. And so I feel like even for me, I haven't been as hard on Evan Carter as some of the other players, but Evan is really struggling right now. And you hate to see it because he's such a good dude and he's got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of tools, but he's just not putting it together right now. And there's a number of reasons for that. He's not hitting the ball hard. He is not putting the ball in play enough. He's got to use his speed. Striking out, he walks. That's great. A lot of people point to the walks. You got to have more than just walking and good defense, man. You got to have more. Evan Carter being the best version of himself would be a game changer for this team. It really would. Keep on going. 10-5 in the next 15 is looking like a pipe dream. So let me do the quick mental math here, Colts fan. So we were 4-1 going into the Astros series, right? We were 4-1 going into the Astros series. Cody Freeman prediction, by the way. Which, by the way, Cody, love him. Hope he gets better soon. Maybe that'll be a nice extra little spark for the team. That's, again, glass half full, right? I think at this point they are 5-4. Is it 5-4? Appreciate it. Cody, if you're hanging out, man, thank you. Appreciate you coming by. Hope you get better soon, brother. Be nice to see you out there. I think a lot of people miss seeing Cody out there doing his thing. And hopefully things are going well down in Arizona. We know Cody got his first game under his belt, I think last Thursday or Friday. I think we're 5-4 since Cody's prediction, which there's no shame in it. We can easily still do 5 out of 6. Come on now. 5 out of 6, baby. Need to go 11-1 in the next 12. 11-1 in the next 12 would definitely be, I think, blowing a lot of our minds. I think 11-1 in the next 12 is a little bit lofty, little ambitious. I would take like 8-4. I'd take 8-4. We keep on rolling. Cody says one, by the way, that he will be in Frisco this weekend. So if you want to go out and watch Cody, you're in the DFW area, head to Frisco. And if Cody says we're winning the series. All right, let's do it. Let's get it done. There's the Cody Freeman update. Holly, appreciate you guys. The Little Rascals reunion. It kind of would be, right? You got Hellman up. You got Osuna. You're just missing Dustin Harris, right? Dustin, not with the organization anymore. He was one of the Little Rascals, too. So you got Osuna. You got Freeman and you got Hellman. There we go. Hey, look, the prediction took a hit tonight, but they could still pull off 10-5. Got to go 5-1 though over your next 6 games. 5-1. Let's keep rolling. Best player I seen in person at high school level, Kyle Muller. Dude was nasty. Didn't like the overrated chance. I remember him actually. B Daddy, appreciate you. Osuna needs to be playing every day. I would be a fan of Osuna playing every day. I think that they're trying to work him out at first base a little bit. I think he could do some DH stuff. And of course, while Wyatt Langford's out playing the outfield. I like what Foscue did today, Jerry. I'm a little bit hesitant to get too excited long term, but in the short term, I love what he did tonight, and I'm sure he's going to continue to get ABs while guys like Cody Freeman and Josh Smith are down. So let's hopefully keep a good thing rolling. I'm hopeful that Foscue just loves hitting at Coors Field, and he'll just rake the rest of the way. Who'd be the best guy to pursue at the deadline? Well, I have said this for a number of nights. I don't know if this is going to work out for Cody because it's probably going to come at the expense of playing time. But I do think the Rangers would be wise to look at getting some help for the right side. I think that would be a good upgrade spot. I mean, truth be told, Cody can play just about anywhere. So I don't really know if it's too worried. The dude can catch, for goodness sake. I don't think he's going to be catching at the major league level, but he's played outfield. He's played the left side. He's played the right side. I think they need to consider getting some help on the right side of the infield just for the long term as well. They've got some nice pieces. They've got some good depth, some solid utility players. I do think upgrading, maybe getting a Bryce Terang, for example, would be great. I would love to have a player like that on the team. And I always say this, I think some fans are under the impression that, the clubhouse never wants to add anybody. Right? Like, I think the Rangers clubhouse would be pumped to get a player like Bryce Terang in the building. Again, maybe it's going to come at the cost of playing time for certain players, but it's really hard to get mad at bringing in a really high quality player into the dugout. So I would love a guy like Terang. I don't think the Brewers are going to give him up, but that's where the Rangers need to be shooting if they're going to go buy at the deadline. They can't do this fringe player stuff where it's like, somebody who's not having a great year numbers wise, but they got really good upside. We see something in them. I do not want to go get a see something in them player. I want to go get a sure shot. I really do. Really do. Being a buyer at the deadline is probably not smart depending on the context. If you're in a playoff spot, I think you almost have to. If you're not in a playoff spot, I think that takes the pressure off. Appreciate the follow, by the way. Thank you so much. Ownership isn't going to let CY be buyers this year. You wonder. Michael, what's good, man? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the comments. Would Ray Davis get involved and say, no, you cannot sell any prospects? You can't make any big trades? I don't know if he's going to go that far. I almost feel like as long as it's not like a big financial boon, CY's probably going to get some flexibility. I am pretty certain Ray Davis is saying something along the lines of, yeah, we better be staying under that luxury tax threshold, and I don't really want to take on a whole lot more. Gore update from Skip. Felt something wrong behind shoulder blade. Not really his lat. Says he feels good. Skip didn't want to push him in the weather. I guess we'll see how that one works out. But, yeah, MacKenzie Gore did deal with the shoulder issue last year. It's honestly what kind of derailed him in the second half. He was an all-star, quite literally, went to the all-star game, was pitching great in the first half, and then wheels kind of fell off in the second half, and he had the shoulder issue. If we lose the series, do we make big moves? I don't think there's going to be anything reactionary. I don't think that they will knee-jerk if they lose this series and go make a bunch of moves. I honestly think this team will hope and pray as long as they possibly can, and then only make a move when they absolutely have to, or maybe it'll be too late to even make one anyways. I would like to see the team be proactive. I'd like to see them go out there and make some kind of move sooner rather than later, but I have a feeling they are going to sit on what they got right now and then maybe only make a move when they are closer to that deadline and they have more clarity on the playoff position. If they lose to the Rockies, I don't want to say gloom and doom, it's over, but I don't know how you can look at that and be like, it's fine. Everything's fine. They're going to be good. Because look, we were told for so long that as long as the Rangers made it out of the first 40 games alive, they were going to coast in the next 40 because of the easy schedule. And I said this to you guys since day one. You know, the good schedule, the tough schedule argument just has never done it for me. If you can't beat good teams, you're probably not going to go into October winning a lot of games. You're probably not going to have success in the playoffs if you can't beat good teams in the regular season. And the other thing is, for the Rangers, there are really no easy series. We've seen this so many times where they lose against a team that they shouldn't lose to. And they beat sometimes teams that are better than them on paper. And that's great. Think about the Cubs series. In the Cubs series, they won that series and they beat a team that's better than them on paper. Now, I just think at this point, there's no schedule argument that needs to be thrown out there anymore. You got to win the games that are in front of you. I'm not too concerned about how tough the opponents are for this stretch or that stretch. You just got to win. Just got to win, man. All we can hope is Seager comes back hotter than ever. Same with Langford and Cody. Man, I hope you're right on that. Hope you're right on that for sure. Remember, guys, you can always do nothing. Well, I don't think they're going to do that. Are you talking about just sit? You just talking about like not being a buyer at all or a seller? I don't think they're going to do that at all, if that's what you mean. I think they are absolutely going to buy or absolutely going to sell. Maybe a blend or a hybrid, but I think they're going to do one or the other. I don't think they're going to sit around and not do anything. Yeah, the AL is just not great right now. And that's the other argument that a lot of people make. Like, well, they're only, they're only a half game out or one game out, or they're tied for the last wild card spot. Yeah, with a losing record. Like, they are not a great baseball team right now. They're a losing baseball team. They need to get better. And I think that that's going to happen through getting healthy for sure. But I think they need to add external help. I don't think there's any way around it. I know that there's some guys on the squad that don't necessarily want to hear that, but they need to add more. They didn't add enough in the offseason. And here's where we're at. The goal is to win a championship. Got to beat the good teams in the NL too. Yeah. Like the Rangers have to consistently beat the average to above average teams. I really don't care if they beat up on a Colorado or they beat up on, insert whatever terrible team there is out there right now. It doesn't move me. What moves me is like series wins against the Cubs. I kind of thought after that series, wow, beat the Cubs, you beat the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks aren't that great this year, but I mean, they won, 4 out of 6 games? You were feeling pretty good after that Diamondbacks win. And then, the Astros series happened. Yeah, I would agree with this. Right now, as currently constructed, I can't sit here and say championship team. I can't say it. What is the weather for the next 2 days? I think it's supposed to be cold all series long. Maybe a little warmer for the day game, but I think it's supposed to be cold and rainy all series. Oh, joy. JT Ginn as a no-hitter going into the 9th against the Angels. How about that? And it's a 1-0 game. Wow. Pressure's on. That is awesome. Hope he gets it. No love lost for the Angels, man. The 2010s, the battles with the Angels, no love lost for the Angels, man. Hope he gets it. A's are up 1-0 right now. I'll keep my eye on it. Rangers wouldn't score a run in the playoffs today, lose 3-0. Yeah, I would not feel great about this team in October. The only thing you would have is like the hope that they suddenly flip a switch and 2023 mode activated and they just get hot and run away with it. That's about the only thing that you can cling to, because it feels like even if the Rangers did sneak in, they would really have a tough time scraping across runs. There is going to be a rebuild, 100%. There's going to be a rebuild at some point in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe sooner. Oh, there goes the no-no. Oh, my goodness. There goes the no-no. Bummer, man. Adam Frazier, singles, sharp line drive to center field. There you go. Wasn't meant to be. And this actually is a good game. Now the Angels have the winning run at the plate. That's how this goes, man. Like, it is a weird sport. Now the Angels have the winning run at the plate. A's could lose this game. In fact, now I'm cheering for it. Let's go Angels. It'll help the Rangers. Let's go Angels, baby. When a no-hitter was on the line, I didn't mind them losing. Now I'm rooting for them. Let's go ahead and get a little comeback here. Get the rally monkey out. Let's go. I don't see how CY looked at this team and thought they could be a serious contender. Offensively, I agree. I think Nimmo getting added, you were definitely like, that's something. But the addition by subtraction thing always just was a head shaker to me, man. Like the addition by subtraction, gas up, like miss me with it. I never thought that was going to put the offense over the top. Now, the blueprint is absolutely this offense being average, not necessarily even above average, but average, getting good pitching, good defense, and winning. That's the blueprint, but you're not getting good defense. You are getting good pitching, but you're not getting average offense. In fact, as of Saturday or Sunday, they were a worse OPS team than 2025, if you can even believe that. Rangers had a worse OPS as of the weekend than they did in 2026. It's pretty incredible, but that's where we stand right now. Speaking of where we stand for tomorrow's game, we do have Kumar Rocker on the bump, and we are going to see on the opposing side, let's see if we've got a pitcher announced. Not that I'm up to date on all the Rockies' latest and greatest. But tomorrow, looks like Colorado actually is a TBD. I saw that earlier. We'll go to good old ESPN like we always do. Let's see if ESPN can bring it on home for a starting pitcher. So for tomorrow, by the way, game time, I believe, is the same. Right, yeah, it's 7:40 for you guys in Texas. Rockies are still undecided. They must be doing some kind of bullpen game or something like that. Angels are going to walk it off on a Zach Nato homer. I told you guys exactly how that was going to unfold, man. It's a weird sport, man. You have a no-hitter going and you lose. Going into the 9th inning, you got a no-hitter. And then you win the ball game. Baseball is a crazy sport, but that is how it goes. Wow, wow, wow. That's why you love this game. That is helpful to the Rangers. Thank you, Angels. Thank you very much. Do not like Zach Nato at all. Total punk, but you know what? We love him tonight. Thank you for beating the A's and keeping the Rangers right where they needed to be. Angels, save the night. Rangers are only one game back in the division. It is the year of the mid. It really is. Oh, goodness. Hey, by the way, for tomorrow, Rocker against the Rockies. He has not faced any of their hitters, so we don't really have a big preview for you. All I can tell you is this. Kumar Rocker has got to figure out how to pitch on the road right now for the year, for the season. He's got a 7+ road ERA. Got to see Rock find it away from Globe Life Field. And you know what? It should be able to be found against the Rockies, but We know better with these Rangers. Nothing is a sure shot at this point. The bullpen, I do agree with you. The bullpen is getting overworked right now. You really would like to see some of the starters figure out how to go more. That's why the people clapping back at me about Kumar Rocker when I was getting on him for only going, 4 innings, 85 pitches. It's like, that's not sustainable. You've got to have a guy that can go 6 or 7 innings. And so for me, Kumar has got to give you 6 tomorrow. At minimum, you'd love to get 7 from him. I don't know it's going to happen because it just doesn't happen consistently with him. I'm going to settle for 6. That would be beautiful considering how much the bullpen had to get used today. Can we score runs to help him? I think so. I actually really think in this series, the offense is going to score some runs like they did tonight, right? 6 runs scored tonight. I think the offense is going to score some runs. I actually worry more about the pitching in this series, weirdly enough. That's just the feeling I get. Maybe I'm totally out of line. Like, I don't think I was tonight. The Rangers scored 6 runs tonight. They typically win those ball games where they score 6 runs. I was worried about the pitching going into this series. That was what my whole video was about today. And I feel that way tomorrow, and I feel that way on Wednesday. We've got to see the pitching buckle down, bear down, and get past these road woes. You've got, again, Rocker, 7+ road ERA. Gore, probably a 7+ road ERA after tonight. Leiter, 5 ERA on the road. We've got to figure out a way to pitch on the road with our young arms. So tomorrow, I don't think the question mark is the offense. I think the question mark is Kumar Rocker. Is he going to give up a quick 2 or 3 spot and we're chasing the whole game? Or is he going to come to prove to everyone that he can pitch away from Globe Life Field just fine? That's what I want to see. Our bats are 1 game. We score the next time. You might be right. I just have a feeling that they actually hit this series. And I think the question mark is, can the pitching hold down the Rockies offense? Look, call me crazy. That's what I think the key is. And on that note, I'll check over here and see what we got if I missed anything. Let's pray it doesn't rain. Yeah, let's pray it doesn't rain or it's not cold. Otherwise, yeah, automatic L. Oh, boy. Nick, what's good, man? Everyone in our division doesn't want to care about winning the division. Yeah, look, our division is not very good right now. That's for sure. Spurs won tonight. Good for them. I'd rather see the Spurs win than the Thunder because I'll always cheer for a Texas team over an Oklahoma team. Sorry, any of y'all who are Rangers fans from Oklahoma. Still love you, but I'm going to cheer for the Texas team. Spurs are not my number 1 choice, but you know what? Like I said, got a little bit of a soft spot for them. I am, on that note, though, going to take off for the evening. Wish it could have been under better circumstances tonight. Little therapy session, as we like to say after these losses. Sure hope the Rangers come back and win this series, man. You need good stuff from Kumar tomorrow. You need another great Jack Leiter start. I think the Rangers can hang with the bats. Can they get good pitching from the young talent in the rotation? That's the question mark. Let's keep on going. Nate, what's good, man? Thanks so much for hanging out, buddy. Appreciate you. I would like to see them split up the rotation a little bit. I don't love that it's like 3 in a row, Gore, Rocker, Leiter. I'd love if they could stagger it a little bit so you don't have them going 3 consecutive days. Maybe the Gore injury will do that. It's actually a really interesting idea, Carson. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Hope y'all have a good rest of the night. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.